Welcome everyone, today we'll have a new update for a Marksman build. Now looking behind me, I'm running some tests with my Marksman and you can see yes, it is still incredibly fast with the latest adjustment together with additional utility and also more spread. You can be getting a lot of more variations with a small adjustment to the build, and in this video, yes, we'll have both of my lower account demonstration of the test runs and also my friends replays for higher tier corruptions as well. And also my friends replays for higher tier corruptions as well. So during the transition and also during the update of the build, we have been looking into the shadow clones that was created. Currently the shadow clones are due to a bug, they're not duplicating the spells that is auto casting other spells. So we have removed completely all of the shadow clones from different skills and also from different passives. And this build will be focused on that, and also provide you guys with a number of variations for the mid-game, end-game transitional build, and also how you survive over 1500 corruption. My friend has pushed for 1800 corruption, and I'm preparing for the guide for you guys very soon, and that build will be an ultimate update build for you guys to push for 1800 to 2000 corruption using this Marksman build for incredible survivability. Now our build still deals tons of damage with 1200, 1300 corruption, and what my friends started to notice is that the build is lacking some survivability even with close to 10,000 warding. So on the focused part of this video, we're looking to how to ensure that you can survive with 1500 corruption. And this will be one of the biggest focus on the first part of the video. Now looking behind me, you can see a number of builder's guide. So I have decided to craft a builder's guide from level 1 to level 36, a level 36 builder's guide, a level 50 plus, level 70 plus, level 80, 90 plus, and also the final form of the build. Together with a previous guide which will show you which is going to be the best crafting part for each of your gears and also where you can be farming your gears, this one will be able to help you using our loot filters to have the best experience for the Marksman build. Now during the early stage of the leveling, we will be using skills like Puncher, which will teach you how to skill this level until you have your daggers, which is usable after level 36. So there's a lot of information and also different variety of builds I want to go through with you guys, and let's get into the video. So coming over to the first part, if you notice in the links below, I have provided 6 different variations of the builds. So the first thing I want to share with you guys are going to be the update of the build. If you haven't seen our previous video, we have been discussing that the shadow clones are not duplicating the auto casting spell explosive trap that is supposed to be auto casting detonating arrow. So the logic and also the concept is correct, but maybe it's a bug or maybe the mechanics are just not there. So we have decided to remove all the shadows, and also we realized that the shadows were not really giving you too much resource gain. So here the shadows are built into more utility and also survivability over here, and also additional points are allocated over here for a larger area, which will allow you to enjoy even higher damage increase as you stay in the shadow. Because our build is going to be extremely mobile with Swift, we will be moving around a lot, and sometimes the smoke bomb is just not enough radius to provide you with additional damage and also additional movement and also additional utility within the smoke bomb. Second to that, we have removed the points out of over here from shadows, and we have decided to go onto the elusive side. And this will be a big survivability part, and what you're going to notice is in the early stage of the number of build, those builds are set towards more utility with increased radius, and also some of them will have a slow. And also here you just have 1 point here while having more utility and also more movement speed. As you push for higher tier dungeons and also higher corruptions, you're going to notice there will be a change again. So here we decide to take away the removal of the negative debuff, so we just leave it with the slow, but rather we're going to come over here with additional dark shroud and also only 1 point here for the value point while spreading our smoke bomb. So the variations of the build at the start to the 5th build are very similar. They're more targeted towards radius and also utility. The finalized build, which we mentioned about, with close to 500 critical strike multiplier, will have a focus adjustment towards survivability. So you're going to see more survivability on this side and also even more survivability on this side. We removed some mana efficiency cooldowns, and also we removed some points over here just so that you can have as much dodge as you can after dashing. We'll be dashing a lot, so this gives us additional mana, and this also gives us now additional dodging. So here you'll be getting 80 dodge per dexterity, and our build doesn't have the highest dexterity, but 25 dexterity over here with the build with 80 dodge means you have close to 2000 dodge after dashing. The cooldowns for dash are pretty good, so you're looking at 3.5 seconds cooldown. This lasts for 1 second. Together with additional ways of getting more silver shard, you can be dodging spells even more and getting even more warding because of this. So yes guys, one of the bigger adjustments towards higher level dungeons or higher level corruptions is that you still deal tons of damage. The damage is not a problem. So we're tailing towards more defensiveness, removing some of the utility and also removing some of the cooldowns and also additional shadows. Now coming over to the second part of the video. If you have seen our post over here, I have been asking our viewers which part of the guide you want me to focus on. Well, at the moment we want to focus on Lightning Marksman and also Warlock. If you haven't been voting, let me know your thoughts in the community voting section for the YouTube. So here I have created 6 different builds which have updated to the things I said earlier, which you can look into the skills and you can notice that there will be skills adjustment that will no longer spawning shadows, and you'll be trying to benefit with additional dodge at different stage of the game. So right away you can see, if you're playing from level 1 to level 36 of the build, just having a weapon with high flat damage is all you need. You just have to puncture your way through the game, and with additional stacks of puncture, you'll be having additional attack speed together with additional mobility with Swift. Once you unlock your detonating arrow and get to level 36, you want to come over to the next build. And this build is the setup and also the target items and also effects you're looking for as you move forward to level 50, level 60 or level 70. At this time, notice that the third build is also fixated on having higher health. So the first 3 builds you want to build towards higher health and also more stats. But as you transform onto the 4th build, you can notice that once you get close to 300 cold resistance, it could be worth it to go into a build that is going to be warding heavy. So this is coming from the chest, the gloves and also the boots. As you transition into the warding build, we have a next step of the build. And here I'll focus on this one a little bit because this one is a newly added one and we have talked about the previous ones before. Now in terms of this updated transitional build with the warding setup, I'm calling this one the 5th build. So you can see the 6 tabs, right? 6 different build setups. So starting with my current build, which is the one I'm currently using. Oh, I disconnected while I was recording. So the one I'm currently using on is the 4th build because I have not crafted my items into legendaries yet. But as you can see over here, I have a number of items with legendary potentials that I'm going to be working on to be updating. And there's also items I couldn't find legendary potential on. So here is my setup that I will be transforming from my current setup, which is around this stage of the game, the 4th build. So I will be moving to the 5th build. One of the first things you want to notice is, if you cannot get a good amulet, if you cannot get a good ring with at least 2 legendary potential and also crafted with the right effects, it is actually worth it guys to use the exalted items at this stage. So here notice I'm using several exalted items for this 5th build. During this time, it should be quite easy to acquire at least 2 legendary potential on those rings. And hopefully you can get 2 legendary potential on the other items. And the listing and also the focus for this build is that most unique items will be 2 legendary potential. And having this particular setup will allow you to clear through Corruption 500 towards Corruption 1000. Because this build also retains most of the right blessings and also the idols, together with tons of cold resistance and also tons of damage. So during this time, you're shifting towards the warding build, but you're still missing a few of the pieces. But if you do have those pieces, and if you're wondering how to craft them, do come over to our previous guide, which I have highlighted which of the stats you want to be using for those pieces. Now, because the rest of the 5 builds are not that much different, I'll have those available for you guys to simply go through them as you progress throughout the Marksman. Because I'm really liking the Marksman, and I really do want to give you guys additional information. Those are some failed craftings over here. I had some really bad luck. So notice I finally got my lining, but they're not the best combinations because simply I just couldn't get at least 2 out of 2. So during the times of the leveling and also as you craft, what you're going to notice is sometimes it is really hard to get items, and I was stuck on the 4th build for a long time until I can make it to the 5th one. So don't feel too bad if you guys don't get there right away. This is going to be an endgame build that took my friend over a week to build in, and this is with a merchant guild. So before we finish, one thing I want to highlight is our next guide will be focused on the Merchant Guild. How you can be trading items, buying items on the Merchant Guild, how you can be playing the Merchant Guild, making gold on the Merchant Guild, and also completing your build on the Merchant Guild. This is how my friend got most of the 3 LPs, 4 LP items. So I'll be making some Merchant Guild guide for you guys, together with So-Called Fortune guide, because I'm currently ranked 10 in So-Called Fortune. We'll be comparing those 2 methods and giving you guys the best method of getting those endgame gears, because I will be wanting those gears myself, right? So I have some 3 LPs from the So-Called Fortune side, and also I had some other items which are more generic, but it's also not bad with 3 legendary potentials. Our future build will be focusing on getting those items on those factions and getting towards the end game. So what I do now is I'll provide you guys with 2 variety of replays. One is my own testing replay using the new setup I described to you guys, and also the new build. The second replay, of course, will be the high corruption replay from my friend. Now I keep saying we'll be updating the replay, and in the next video guys, you get to see some 1800 corruption footages with my friend's latest setup, which he is pushing through really high corruption. Now if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so, because I'll be learning with tons of the top meta, top last Epoch build from different players in terms of solo and also in terms of co-op, to push for higher corruptions, 800, 2000 here, and also different ways of getting top leaderboard with arena with leveling. And in doing so, we'll be learning multiple builds from the best players in the world. So make sure you subscribe and join me on this adventure to learn with last Epoch. And if you guys do have an amazing build, whether it's a fun build, it's a creative build, or maybe a top meta build, you can share with me on Discord, and I'll look into it, learn the build, and share with everyone on the Last Epoch community.